Game Day. This is our first live stream of the year. We are coming from the Lobo Coliseum. I'm Frank Sides, joined today by Sharice Horton. Sharice, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Really excited.
Absolutely. This is our first volleyball stream. Really looking forward to it. We've had a chance to watch the Lady Lobos for a couple of years before we got to the point where we could set up on the court like this, and looks like a pretty good season to be able to bring you some live volleyball. These girls starting off hot.
Yes, they are. They've been through some really good training this summer with their summer camps. The coaches have got them pumped up on fire. They're confident about what they're doing on the court, so I'm excited to see what they do here today.
Absolutely. If you're tuning in from Texarkana, we really appreciate you tuning in. You are watching Longview Game Day, but we will not be homers tonight, I promise, even though Miss Sharice's daughter plays for the Lobos. We'll keep it as professional as possible for
neutral
you.
as possible.
Absolutely. Got a 9-1 Lady Hawks team coming here, coming off a big win at a Tyler tournament to face off against the 5-1 Lady Lobos, who lost a lot of senior leadership last year, but it looks like they have not had any problem early on picking up where they left off.
No, they've got several juniors and a few seniors that have actually stepped up to fill in, so we really don't see a gap. They've taken on that role, and they've handled it quite well.
And in case you're wondering, there are going to be two games happening at once on the court here, so if you see something in the background, that's a JV game. We'll try to keep you updated on that as we can, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. A lot going on because we're going to be dodging volleyballs all game. We're on the court.
That's right.
One more time, if you're watching this, share the feed. Keaton, if you're watching, I can't wait to have you back in the booth with me. Me and Sharice, we'll be here for a few minutes, so if you can make it down here, we got a third headset for you if you want to come talk Lobo sports with us.
Yeah, come hang out with us.
A quick shout out to some of our returning presenting sponsors: or Cadillac GMC, RJ Trailers, Godarzi and Young, Noble Roofing, and a couple new sponsors you see there on the pregame graphic. We've got Juicy Tacos, Juicy's Hamburgers is back with us. Motion Church this year came on board. We've got Jim Bartlett Jewelry, fine jewelry on board with us this year. Charlene Ingram of State Farm Insurance. We've got Emily Ramey of Sig Ramey Insurance. She's back after baseball season. Baylor Scott and White hopped on this year. Going to help us bring some live varsity sports action to you this year on Longview Game Day. All right, looks like we are getting ready to go here. Warm-ups are done. So Sharice, you talked to Coach before the game. What were some of the things she told you the Lady Lobos are working on or have been working on before this one?
So I spoke with actually assistant coach Jacobs, and I asked her, what are they looking for on the floor today? She mentioned she's looking for those girls to really work the net, play smart, holding that block really well, controlling that block. She also said she's excited about watching them play more aggressively. She's wanting them to put the pressure on and not let up and really take control of the game. And last thing that she mentioned was working through adversity. We know sometimes mistakes do happen, and so she's excited to see how they pull together, how they problem solve as the game is going on, so they can minimize the mistakes going forward.
All righty. Really looking forward to this one. I've been wanting to stream volleyball for a couple years now. It's difficult to get highlights at a volleyball game because something happening is happening every play, and it's, in a 25 to 15 set, it didn't really do a whole lot as far as changing the outcome. So I prefer this to come and sit here with a camera. I'm going to be honest with you.
Right, and these girls get pumped up. They get excited. I know we only have 6 girls at a time on the court, and so the ones who are on the sides, they usually keep us excited and hyped up, and their energy and everything translates well to keep those girls who are on the court motivated. So we're going to see a lot of that today as well.
Looks like we're getting ready to roll here. Going to be a 3-setter tonight, not going 5 since it's a doubleheader. Lady Lobos will hang around and take on White Oak after this.
That's right. 2 games back to back.
Absolutely. And again, we are in the line of fire, so if you are out there watching this, pray that we leave here not concussed because they are smacking these kills right at us.
Yeah.
Your job, Sharice, is when I'm looking at this computer screen, you play goalkeeper.
Okay, will do. Here we go.
Let's see who is going to serve to lead this one off. Opening set here in the big non-district showdown between the Pleasant Grove Lady Hawks and the 5-1 Longview Lady Lobos.
Looks like we have Miss Trinity Jackson back on the line to start this game off for Longview with the serve.
It's going to be Longview serving first. And the coach's daughter, I believe, Trinity Jackson, right?
That's correct.
Miss Shaka's children seem to be freakishly athletic. I know this. Her son could play some baseball. Got some football coming soon.
Listen, they are true athletes. And here we go.
Opening serve of the game.
Oh,
it's going to be a point for Pleasant Grove.
Starting this game off with a little bit of an adjustment here as they get ready to receive the serve from Pleasant Grove.
There's number 12, Abigail Boehme, with the serve.
Oh.
Big time kill there. A spike by Jaden Jones. I'm sorry, number 15 for Pleasant Grove is Madison Carpenter. And it's 2-0 Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, that ball came down pretty hard, and Miss Trinity Jackson goes to block and pop that ball up. Unfortunately, it goes off the tips of her fingers and into the stands. And so that's going to be a Pleasant Grove point. And that's going to go out the back of the court on Pleasant Grove's side. And so that will go back to Pleasant Grove to continue with the serve. Number 12, Miss Abigail. And they are definitely in the flow here. Brianna diving to save that ball. Fatima hitting it so it goes all the way back over the net. And Pleasant Grove hits it, goes into the net. Unfortunately, that is going to make the serve over to Longview side.
Big time rally there from these two teams to get this one started. 3-1 Pleasant Grove. 14, DJ Johnson going to serve for the Lobos.
Converse hits it into the net, and that's going to be a Pleasant Grove point. So Pleasant Grove will take over the serve from here. We have a couple of new players coming onto the court for Pleasant Grove, and number 11, Miss Riley Williams, will serve.
Point PG, yeah. It's 5-1 early. So, Sharice, I'm going to let you take over for just a second.
Okay.
Phone's ringing, and that's the daycare. That is never good, so give me just 1 second.
Absolutely, I got you. Yeah, we got some moisture is collected on the courts. We're going to clean that off for the safety of the players. And then we'll pick right back up. Pleasant Grove is going to continue with the serve. Number 11 back at the line. And here we go. Ball is up and over. Miss Fatima with the stop. Nice hit, Miss Brianna Converse. Layla Horton pushing it over the net. And the tip over the net by Miss Trinity Jackson goes down on Pleasant Grove's side. That is a Longview point. And we have Miss Jaharia Hunter back to the line to serve for the Lady Lobos. That ball is up and over. And unfortunately, they ran into the other court to get that ball, so the ref is going to call it as out. And so we have the ball going back over to Pleasant Grove. Number 4, Julianne Naples, is going to serve for Pleasant Grove.
All righty, 6-2 Pleasant Grove. Their serve.
These girls are really hustling to make sure they get to this ball. Oh, unfortunately, that hits the net, comes back onto Longview side and goes down. So that is going to be another point for Pleasant Grove. Score now 7, Pleasant Grove, Longview 2.
These are two talented volleyball teams. It's one of those things that you don't have to be a huge volleyball expert to realize these are two talented volleyball teams.
Exactly, and they have some serious athleticism. Some of these girls working out all year long to make sure they maintain their shape and ability. And you can tell with the strength of how they're hitting this ball, running across the court to make sure that they get the points they're trying to score. And they are going to call that one of our Longview players in the net, and so that's going to be a point for Pleasant Grove. And a timeout for your Lady Lobos.
So with that break, we're going to take a break with them, our first commercial break of the broadcast. We'll see you here back in about 30 seconds. You're watching Lobo Volleyball here live on Longview Game Day.
And now at Orr, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at Orr Cadillac GMC in Longview.
Welcome back. As you can see, Pleasant Grove with an early 8-2 lead. And number 4, it looks like Juliana Naples is going to be serving for the Lady Hawks here. Looking to run their record on the season to 10-1.
The ball is up and over.
There we go.
And that's going to be a point for Longview. And we have Miss Aubrey Orban coming in. Nope. Yes. There we go. Aubrey Orban is coming in, and she's going to take over the serve for Longview.
Freshman Aubrey Orban.
We have the referees having a chat over on the side, so we'll wait for them to finish. And while we're waiting, current score on the JV game, 13 Longview, 5 Pleasant Grove.
Looked at that scoreboard and thought I had missed several points on our score.
All right, Aubrey with the serve. That is up and over.
That's in.
And she's going to call it in.
Big time finish there by number 3, Juliana Naples.
That was a really nice setup, and she hit that ball with purpose.
15 is going to serve now, Madison Carpenter. Looks like that was headed long, but the Lobos keep it in.
Trinity Jackson puts it over the net. Pleasant Grove unable to get under it, so that is a point for the Lady Lobos. And Miss Brianna Converse, number 8 for Longview, is back to the line to serve it up. That ball's going to go out. Lots of power behind that one. And so that's going to give Pleasant Grove the ball back. We have a couple of players swapping out on their side. And number 22, Abby Runyon, is going to take over the serve for Pleasant Grove. There it is. I knew it was coming. Trinity Jackson with her signature tip, going up for the set, but instead tipping that over the net. She has been practicing that and has somewhat mastered it. Now we have Miss Fatima Traore back to the line, number 2 for Lady Lobo Volleyball, serving that ball. That ball is going to go behind the pole, and so that's going to be a point for Pleasant Grove. I do want to mention Fatima Traore has one of the most consistent serves I've ever seen in volleyball. Number 8, Pleasant Grove.
Don't have an 8 on our roster here.
No, but she's going to serve.
In the comments, let us know who that is. Pretty good serve there. Ooh.
Pleasant Grove with the block off of a Brianna Converse hit, and that's going to come back to Longview. And Pleasant Grove will get the point and continue with the serve.
Going to be 8 again as the Lady Hawks win the service point. That's going to sail long, another point for Pleasant Grove. 13-5 here in the first set.
Serve is up and over.
And that's going to sell out. Pleasant Grove. I almost said turns it over to Longview, but essentially I guess they did. It applies here.
That's correct. And we have Miss Trinity Jackson back to the line again, number 10 for the Lady Lobos, serving the ball.
Little knuckleball serve there.
They're going to count that as an ace for Miss Trinity Jackson.
First ace of the match here. Trinity set up to serve again. Point Longview.
They're going to call that a double on Pleasant Grove. So anytime you see that ball go up and it takes a deep spin or a quick spin off of the setter's hands, typically they will call that as a double.
It's a good indicator that it took 2 hands to do that.
Correct.
Another good serve from Jackson.
That ball is going to go out off of the hands of Pleasant Grove, and so that's another point for the Lady Lobos. Miss Trinity Jackson will continue serving. And Miss Hunter tips it over. Yeah, she jumped up and was ready for that ball and scored that point. Pleasant Grove is going to call a timeout right here.
And with that, we'll take a quick timeout with them. This commercial break brought to you by Jim Bartlett Fine Jewelry. You're watching Lobo Volleyball live on Longview Game Day. We're back just in time for Miss Jackson's serve. Lobos trail 13-10 here in the first set. And that's going to sail a little long, or is it?
Yep.
No, it's in.
She called it in, okay.
13-11, Lobos rallying here. Wait.
Nope, they called it out. They did call it out.
Okay.
And Longview is going to hit that ball. It's going to get blocked by Pleasant Grove, falling on Longview's side, and that's going to be another point for Pleasant Grove. Number 12, Miss Abigail, back to the line to serve the ball. And we've got that hit from number 3, Layla Horton, hits the floor on Pleasant Grove side. So Longview will take over the serve from here. Miss DJ Johnson will serve.
I'm going to be honest with you. DJ Johnson, I see her on every sporting event. She's an athlete.
She really is.
Kind of a theme here for Longview High School, right?
It is, and she is one of those what we would consider an all-sport athlete. I know it's a little bit interesting because almost every sport overlaps with another one. And these kids, they're so committed that they're able to make all of those practices and to be able to excel in multiple sports at the same time. That's what Miss DJ does.
The senior Riley Williams on the serve for Pleasant Grove.
And the tip off the hands of number 3, Layla Horton. Pleasant Grove unable to get it back over the net, so that's a Longview point. And we have Miss Jaharia Hunter on the line to set up the serve.
Yeah, DJ was a first-team all-district soccer, almost won the state championship in the 200-meter, and just looks at home here on the volleyball court as well. That's coming right at us. There you go.
Got my hands on the ball. Getting in on the action over here.
Point Pleasant Grove, 17-12 here. Still relatively early in the first set. And number 4, Julianne Naples is going to serve here for Pleasant Grove.
And that ball is up and over.
Boom! Good job by Lobos to keep that one alive.
Way to stay in the game. And that is blocked by Miss Auburn. Ball goes out off the hands of Pleasant Grove. The Lady Lobos on the court celebrating. That is a Longview point.
Excellent point there by the Lady Lobos. I'm going to be honest with you. Now that I'm seeing this close up, I don't know if I'd want to be the one up there blocking these things.
They've got a strong hit. Oh, serve by Layla Horton goes into the net. Unfortunately, that's going to come down on Longview's side, and Pleasant Grove will take over the serve. Number 15, Miss Madison Carpenter. I've often said the same thing. That's one reason I know I didn't play volleyball. Those balls do get some force off of the hands of these players. And Pleasant Grove unable to capture control, so that's a Longview point.
And one thing I've wondered is, are they attempting to put topspin on those, or are they just flat hammering them? I'm not sure. I can't tell.
I think that's going to be specific to the player. If you've ever watched serving take place, some of the girls are able to even put a spin and a curve on that ball. Look at that block by Miss Auburn Shepard. Number 7, working the net. That's something that Coach Jacobs did say she was looking for, is for those girls to work that net.
It's an 18-15 game.
They're going to call a double on Pleasant Grove. That's another point for your Lady Lobos. Score is now 18, Pleasant Grove, 16, Longview. Miss Brianna Converse with the serve.
That's a good one there. Point Longview again.
That was a beautiful swipe by Miss Auburn Shepard. Celebration going on the court, hyping each other up. You can see the girls on the sides here getting up, supporting their team. Another serve, and that one is going to be an ace. Right inside that back corner. Those are hard to judge where they're going to land, and when they put it right there in that back corner, that's an ace for Brianna Converse.
We were all square at 18, just like that. Woo, big hit. And that's in. Absolutely smashed that one. 19-18. Going to 25 here in the first set, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And I believe number 22, Abby Runyon, the junior for Pleasant Grove, she's headed back to serve. Whoa! That's bad luck.
Okay, there we go. They were going to call it, but it's the floor ref said that one of Pleasant Grove's players was actually under the net, and so that actually was a Longview point. Miss Fatima Traore back to the line to serve.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine the way that came back over the net. It almost had to have hit the floor. Feels like it. That's a excellent, excellent kill there. Or spike. What do they call that?
That would be a kill, yes.
There we go. Kill.
Hitting it across the court like that is a highly desirable skill to be able to get that ball not only across but down, because you have less space left to right than you do front to back.
Absolutely, and that applies for several sports, including tennis, right?
That's correct.
That's where you make your money.
And that ball's going to go into the net. Miss Kennedy McBride on that serve for Pleasant Grove. So Miss Trinity Jackson for Lady Lobo Volleyball will take over the serve for Longview.
All tied up at 20. Here we go. A knuckleball there.
And that's going to be just inside that line on the side. Brianna Converse diving for it but unable to get there in time, so that's a Pleasant Grove point. We have Miss Abigail again for Pleasant Grove serving the ball.
Pleasant Grove leads by 1 here, getting late in the first set. Another PG point. 22-20. And Longview is going to call a timeout. And with that break, I think we're going to take one more, and then we'll come back to bring you the end of the first set here. You were watching Lobo Volleyball live on Longview Game Day.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Charlene Ingram today.
Volleyball.
Welcome back. Got a good look at the PG huddle there, and head coach Amy Colvins brings her Hawks into this matchup. 9-1. Looks like White Oak just arrived. They're going to catch the end of this one before they get down here and warm up. 22-20 Pleasant Grove. Here we are late in set number 1.
You know, Longview has made quite the rally to close that gap. We were even tied a few times, whereas Pleasant Grove did have quite the lead starting this game out. Longview with the block. And another block.
Point Longview.
Those girls work in the net. They literally run from one side to the other to make sure they catch those blocks. And this is a perfect example of how well they can execute that. Miss Denasia Johnson, DJ, on the line to serve it up for Longview.
Nice job. 3.
Layla Horton with the tip, puts it right where she wants it on the floor.
All square at 22.
DJ with another serve. And that's going to go into the net, so that's going to turn the ball over to Pleasant Grove. We are just a few points away from the end of set 1.
And number 11, Riley Williams, the senior, is going to serve this game, or this volley, or this. I'll tell you what, my wife is a volleyball coach, and I hope she doesn't watch this. I've not been paying attention. I apologize. Big hit.
Brianna Converse with that kill. Pleasant Grove unable to stop that ball. She got some serious height on that jump.
Yes, she did. 23-23.
And Jaharia Hunter on the line for Longview.
Keaton said he's watching. That sounds like Miss Cherise Horton. Apparently you weren't watching when we started, Keaton, because introduce Miss Horton to Lobo Nation. It is. She says, well, I guess I'll have to speak for you. You can speak to Keaton. He's listening.
Hey, Keaton. Hope you guys are enjoying the new addition to your family. Congratulations.
So Pleasant Grove point. It is game point for Pleasant Grove. If they win on this service game, set 1 is in the books. And it's going to be number 4 serving for the game. And that's long.
That's going to be out, so that's going to be a Pleasant Grove point, making the score for set one, 25 Pleasant Grove, 23 Longview.
That's going to do it for set one. Pleasant Grove wins and lead 1-0. We're going to head to a commercial break while they change sides. Again, you're watching Lady Lobo Volleyball live here on Longview Game Day.
Our offense was dominating this year. Fast, powerful, virtually unstoppable. In fact, the only slow member of the team was me. When I was sidelined with ankle pain, it put the whole season at risk. So, just like when my players need the best care, I turned to a proven provider. Now, I'm back in the game.
Get the care you need at physician-owned Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital, or visit tsjh.org to find a specialist today.
Welcome back. Got a good look there at Coach Jackson in the Lady Lobo huddle. Lady Lobos head into the second set in desperate need of a win. You lose two, you know the match is over. So all in all, that was a really, really exciting set of volleyball. Our first of the year has turned out to be a lot more fun than I anticipated. Not that I anticipated it not being fun, but
right.
It's just it's a lot more fun when you're this close to the action and you're just less than feet away from going home with a black eye and trying to explain that to the folks at church on Sunday.
Exactly. And I think also the intensity that they come out with and they play from the beginning of the game all the way until the beginning of that set to the end of that set, it's something to be admired because these girls give 100% from the first serve all the way to the last serve. Anything can happen. Longview being down by, I believe, up to 6 points at one time and then making that rally and really giving Pleasant Grove a run for their money there because they were tied and kind of went back and forth for a few matches. And so I'm excited to see what Longview does here in set number 2. Of course, in this matchup, typically varsity, we would go 3 out of 5 games, but we're just doing 2 out of 3 because after this, we'll have a matchup with Longview and White Oak.
That's right. That's right. So, from your perspective, what would you like to see the Lobos do a little bit different? The Lady Lobos do a little bit differently here in the second set.
I would really like to see them control the ball more. I'd love to see them get more serves. We had a few of those serves that did go into the net, and so getting those up and over. We've had some really, really nice, just powerful serves skimming the top of that net. If we can keep that consistent, I think Longview would do a whole lot better.
That's right. Felt like some unforced errors there. Kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit.
But that's okay because Longview can make the adjustment. I know that was one of the things that Coach Jacobs said before the game is she's wanting to see them overcome that adversity where those mistakes are, make the correction, and then move forward. So I'm excited to see how well they do in this second set against Pleasant Grove.
So I assume Longview will serve first here in the second set, and it's clear that I've assumed wrong.
Yeah.
As usual.
They do go back and forth. So this time, Pleasant Grove will start the set off with the serve. And it looks like we have
That's 8.
Number 8.
Again, don't have a roster, number 8 on the roster, so we apologize for that. We presume if you're watching from Texarkana, you know who that is.
And they're going to start that off with an ace. Brianna Converse unable to get under it in time. A little celebration on the court, and number 8 is going to go back to the line for Pleasant Grove and serve again.
1-0 Pleasant Grove. Big time serve there. Could be a point Longview. Now, what would you call that when it's kind of a flat-footed, just it's hard to, like an open hand, kind of just pop back over the net? Is there a term for that?
It would either be a kill or a tip, as far as I know, and that's just a matter of how hard and with what intensity they actually hit that ball. If you notice a tip, they just kind of push it over gently. And what that is intended to do is catch the team off guard so that hopefully they'll be too far back to get under it in time. But then those kills, they typically will prepare for that because most girls, especially in volleyball, are going to want to really hit that ball and make that impact. And we saw that ball go down on Pleasant Grove's side, so that is a Longview point. We have Miss Trinity Jackson back to the line with the serve for Longview.
3 consecutive service points for Miss Jackson. The last one was a double hit on Pleasant Grove. Oh, look at the hands from Jackson. Unfortunately, heads into the net for the Lady Lobos. And it's 3-2.
Those reflexes are quick. And they're going to call a double on Longview. Nope, the top ref is going to say under the net. So either way, that is a Pleasant Grove point. We have number 12, Miss Abigail, on the line serving for Pleasant Grove. It is up, over. Longview rallying to get that ball back over the net. Longview with the block.
Good job out of the Lady Lobos at the net there.
And Miss Donacia DJ Johnson with the kill. Pleasant Grove unable to get under it and send it back. And Miss DJ will go to the line. Nope, she is going to swap out with Miss Aubrey Orban.
Again, Aubrey's a freshman.
Number 6 for the Lady Lobos.
Leading 4-3 in game 2.
Another block by Miss Brianna Converse.
That's a good job by 15 there. Madison Carpenter.
They're really reading this court and knowing how to play the game and make those decisions in a moment. Should I kill the ball or should I tip it? And typically right there on the net is when they make that decision, and there you have it. It goes right on down to the floor. Number 11 for Pleasant Grove serving the ball, Miss Riley Williams. Unfortunately, that ball is set by Miss Trinity Jackson. It goes out of bounds on Pleasant Grove side, so that is a Pleasant Grove point.
Looked like a no-look pass there. That's exactly what it was. Another point from PG on the serve.
So whenever the ball is served and it hits the player's hand and it goes out the back, usually they call that a shank. And so that's what we saw just now. It went off the back of Miss Aubrey's hand. And so Pleasant Grove will serve again. What a stop by Pleasant Grove. And Longview returning the favor, unfortunately, hitting it into the net.
And that was Abigail Bumpke with the dig there. 7-4 PG.
Riley Williams with another serve for Pleasant Grove.
Good job there by 8.
Brianna Converse with the swipe puts it right back over the net. Pleasant Grove not expecting that. And so Longview will take over the serve here. We have Miss Fatima Troy Orr, number 2 for Longview, on the line to serve.
Ooh, put that one up on a tee.
Wow. That is one of the hardest moves to defend, because that ball, if you notice, it kind of almost goes straight down. Fatima Traore with another serve for the Lady Lobos. And they're going to tip that over, number 3 for Pleasant Grove.
Excellent job by Ellis Miller.
And Julianne Naples will take over for Pleasant Grove with the serve. Oh, a little too much power on that.
It's going to sail a little long. And PG takes a 9-6 lead here in game 2.
We have Miss DJ coming back onto the court for Longview as Pleasant Grove serves the ball. And that's going to be outside the line. And so another point for Pleasant Grove. Score now 10 Pleasant Grove, 6 Longview. And Trinity Jackson with the tip. She found a hole, and that's where she placed that ball. It's going to fall on Pleasant Grove side. That's a Longview point. Little mishap there.
I promise you, if you listen to me enough. And the only reason I'm not having them is because I'm letting you do all the talking tonight.
That's quite all right.
Number 3, Layla Horton is going to serve for the Lady Lobos. You're familiar with this young woman.
I sure am.
Is she a lefty?
She is a lefty.
Nice serve. Dug out of there by 11. Set by Horton. Good job by Pleasant Grove. Blocked there.
They blocked it, sure did.
Doing some serious work at the net tonight, the Lady Hawks are.
So even on a block like that, if Longview touches the ball before it actually goes out, it counts as a point for the blocking team.
Only in that scenario, correctly?
Right.
Where everyone's at the net?
That's correct.
Oh!
That's a Longview point.
It's one of my biggest concerns. This is the only ball so far that I haven't been hit in the face with as a volleyball. So I need to knock on some wood. I've had a baseball, a football,
right, that's
a soccer
first,
ball.
That's a first that we don't want.
I'm due, though. It's going to be another Longview point.
A little bit crazy directional changes going on with that ball there. Pleasant Grove struggling to get a hold of it, and so that is a Longview point. Brianna Converse with the serve.
Sails a tad long. It's going to make it 12-9 here in set 2. Number 22, Abby Runyon's gonna serve here for Pleasant Grove, leading 12-9, up a set. And number 5, Riley Byrne, can't finish that for the Hawks. It's going to be a point for the Lobos, the Lady Lobos. I will get that right here in a minute.
And we have Miss Jaharia Hunter swapping out with Miss Kayla Lewis, number 1 for the Lady Lobos. And she will take the ball and serve. Trinity Jackson with the attempt to tip. Not enough behind it to get it over the net, so that is a Pleasant Grove point. And we have number 13. Is that 13?
Kennedy McBride, the freshman, is going to serve here for the Hawks.
Well, ball interference from the JV game, and we're back.
Excellent job by Runyon getting on the floor and saving that one. Little flip over the net by Jackson. There we go.
Nice hit by DJ, number 14 for the Lady Lobos. That goes off the hand of number 22, Abby Runyon, and out of bounds.
And number 10, Trinity Jackson, the sophomore for the Lady Lobos, is going to serve this game, or this point. Hopefully several points. And that's going to stay on this side of the net. Lady Lobo point.
Miss Auburn Shepard with the block. She's already tall, so she doesn't have to do a lot of jumping to get that block. But she has some success with that. Trinity Jackson with another serve. Powering that ball over the net.
Whoa. Layla Horton able to save that one with one hand. Coming right at her face.
And
blocked by the Lobos again. Fun rally here.
And that's going to be a lift on number 13, Kennedy McBride.
Gonna have to explain that one to me.
So if the ball rolls in any way and they kind of push it, that's going to count as a lift, whether it goes this way with their hands pointed back or if their hands are pointed forward.
Gotcha. Trinity Jackson serving again for the Lady Lobos. Another good serve. Hawks keep it in play. It's going to be out. Hits Coach Jackson. Lady Lobos with the first lead.
That's right, 14 for Longview, 13 Pleasant Grove, and we still have Trinity Jackson on the line serving the ball.
First lead of the match for the Lady Lobos, now that I think about it. Another good serve. That ball's hammered, it stays in bounds. 14-14.
It really does take some skill to hit that ball sideways, but still hit it straight down that line.
I take that back. The Lady Lobos are serving, or are they? No, they're not.
Nope.
Number 12, Abigail Bomke. I believe that's how you pronounce that. It's going to serve for the Lady Hawks. Abigail is a junior. That's long. Point for you Lobos. 15-14.
We have Miss DJ, 14 for the Lady Lobos, serving the ball.
Denacia Johnson's going to serve this point for the Lobos. That's in. 15-15. These feel like two really evenly matched volleyball teams. It's making for some fun rallies.
It is, and it's common to see that when you have a matching skill set.
Big time shot by the Lobos there.
Number 8, Brianna Converse, with that hit.
And on top of that, you can tell they're both really well coached as well. The Lobos had a couple unforced errors in the first set, but nothing since. It's been a really clean volleyball set here.
Right, and that's something Coach Jacobs did say, is making the adjustments so that they can come back and minimize those mistakes. And that's what we've seen on this side, on Longview side of the court.
Number 2, Fatima Traore. Is that how you pronounce her last name?
That's correct.
Fatima Traore is gonna serve for the Lady Lobos. Up 16-15 here in set 2, trying to force a third and decisive set here in this early afternoon volleyball contest. Again, if you're watching, share the feed. Let everybody know there's some live volleyball going on and you're right home from work.
Senior Fatima Traore.
Put the phone on the dash. Madison Carpenter's digging that one out of the dirt, and it's going to be point, Pleasant Grove.
They're going to call Longview under the net, so that's going to be a point for Pleasant Grove. There's two things that you can't do. You can't reach over the net, and you can't go under the net. They will call it.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, and it's fair. It's fair.
Yeah.
Number 4, Julianne Naples with that serve.
Big time block by Pleasant Grove. Longview point.
Something about a block, when you go up, there's an angle that you're supposed to pulse to keep that ball in bounds. And if they're successful at that, the ball goes down on that other team's side. Layla Horton with the serve. And that ball is shanked into the stands.
Lady Lobos extend their lead this set to 18-16. Largest lead of the match so far.
And Pleasant Grove is going to call a timeout.
All righty, and with that timeout, we're going to take it with them. You're watching Lady Lobo Volleyball live here on Longview Game Day.
In Longview, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Charlene Ingram for your insurance and financial needs.
House party? We got you covered. Office meeting? Come on, treat them right. Game day? You know we're here for it. Get your taco, nacho, or fajita bar today, only at Juicy's Taco.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Charlene Ingram today.
All righty, we're back. Got a good look at head coach Amy Colvins for the Lady Hawks. They're in the huddle kind of getting the Lady Hawks lined out here, hoping to get this thing closed out in 2. I'm not sure. Do they stick around and play a second game, or do they head home after this? I'm not sure how the doubleheader works, to be honest with you.
I believe they head home because Longview will be playing White Oak. So if they do have a doubleheader, it won't be here.
And number 3, junior Layla Horton is going to serve again for the Lady Lobos. Her first serve led to a Lady Lobo point. Excellent job by 13 there, Kennedy McBride, the freshman, putting that ball where the Lobos ain't. And
she
that'll
tipped
score a
it
point.
right over their fingers.
18-17 Lady Lobos.
Madison Carpenter for the serve for Pleasant Grove.
It's going to be a tough one here. They get it back over. Oh, look at the hands. Still alive. That's going to sail a little bit long. And we are all square at 18.
Madison with another serve. They're going to call Longview in the net. So that is a Pleasant Grove point.
19-18.
And a timeout for the Lady Lobos.
We're going to stay here through this timeout. Talk a little Lobo volleyball because, you know, whether we like it or not, if the Lobos lose this set, we're done. So
We're
much
done
airtime
with
as
this
we can
first
get.
game if that is the case. Hopefully Longview is getting the information they need at this time to kind of make some adjustments, come back. We don't have far to go. We're within 6 points, possibly 7 at the end of this game. And so let's see how this turns out. We have Miss Madison for Pleasant Grove still on the line serving the ball.
And we won't be live for the second game.
Okay.
We've got other obligations this evening with some game day equipment, but we will be back every Tuesday home night as long as you're available to help me do this.
Hey, I'll be here every game. Tuesday and Friday, I'll be here every game. So we're looking forward to that. Longview is going to get that point. Number 8, senior Brianna Converse with the serve.
19-19, here we go. And that's going to be out. And Pleasant Grove point, 2019.
Coach Jackson giving some instruction over there. She's a very passionate coach. I think the girls match that energy, and so they're a wonderful fit for this Lady Lobo volleyball program. Number 22, Abby Runyon with the serve.
Excellent job by PG to keep that in play, but it's going to be a Lady Lobo point, 20-20 now.
Lauren Stewart, number 7, going down to the floor to try to save that ball and rolls back, unfortunately, doesn't get it high enough. And so Longview's taking over the serve. Number 1, Kayla Lewis back in the game, and she will serve it up.
We're at that point in the match where these points get really, really important. Serve is in play. Number 7, Lauren Stewart sails that a little long. Lady Lobo
just inside
point.
the back. Nope, that's a Pleasant Grove point. Just inside the back line.
Is it? Let's see here.
Pleasant Grove is going to take over the point, take over the serve.
I apologize. It's going to be number 8. Again, we don't have a number 8 on the roster. If we get to a third set, I'll run over and ask Coach. Don't want to bother her right now, even though she's 2 feet from us.
And that's going to be out. That's a Longview point. Score now tied, 21-21. Lady Lobos will take over the serve. Miss Trinity Jackson, number 10, with the serve.
Boom. Oh, my goodness. And Trinity's able to keep that going for Lobos. And the And the finish attempt. That ball's hammered, and we're still going with the rally.
And Pleasant Grove is going to put that right back over the net. It's in on Longview side, so that is a Pleasant Grove point. Pleasant Grove goes up 22-21. Number 12, Abigail, on the line serving it up.
We're going to say Bomke. Abigail Bomke.
And that ball is going to be out. It's another point for Pleasant Grove.
23-21. Going to be a timeout here by Coach Jackson. Talk this one over with Lady Lobos. So we're going to head to a quick break. We'll be back to bring you the finish here of set number 2. You're watching Lady Lobo Volleyball live here on Longview Game Day.
At Godarzi and Young, we take things more seriously.
Every case that's handled at our office is handled by a team. That work and dedication has caused our office to recover more record verdicts and settlements than any other law firm in Northeast Texas.
It is our obligation to make sure our client has the financial backings and the manpower to be successful.
We are exactly who we say we are. We're trial lawyers who've gotten results year in, year out. Over the last 10 years, our office has achieved many record verdicts and settlements. Our commitment has always been to outwork and outfight any opponent we have in whatever courtroom we find ourselves in.
At Godarzi and Young, we have settlements and verdicts that are unmatched.
We're back with you early from that commercial break. They got started quicker than we thought. Pleasant Grove serving, leading 23-21. Make that 24-21. It is match point here. 24-21. Pleasant Grove is going to serve for the match.
Abigail Bumke on the line, number 12, junior from Pleasant Grove.
Good job by Trinity Jackson, dug out of there by 22. Still alive.
Wow, what a rally by Pleasant Grove to keep that ball off the floor.
Maybe the point of the match so far. Still alive.
And they're going to call that 4 hits on Longview side because the net sent it back. And so that's going to be it. This second set, 25-21. Pleasant Grove is going to take the win for this game.
25-21 second set. Lady Lobos fall to the Lady Hawks of Pleasant Grove. Sharice, I really appreciate you sitting down with us for our first one and helping me through this.
Absolutely.
We will do every Tuesday night home game that we can. As long as you're available. I mean, I'll do it whether you are or not. Well, you can watch if you're not here. But
hey, again, I'll be here.
We appreciate you tuning in from Texarkana. We appreciate you watching here at Longview. You can still share the feed. Let everybody know where they can watch some Lobo volleyball when they get home. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Sharice for helping me out. Keaton, can't wait to see you next Thursday night. We appreciate you tuning in. You've been watching Lady Lobo Volleyball.